Once in a small town, there lived a poor but honest merchant. He had worked hard all his life, and his only valuable possession was 100 bars of iron. Merchant decided to travel to another city, hoping to improve his fortune through trade, but he couldn't carry the iron with him on the journey. So, he visited an old friend, someone he trusted deeply. He asked, "Would you keep my iron safe while I'm away? How about no one else?" The friend smiled and said, "Of course. Your iron will be safe with me. I'll store it in my warehouse and guard it like it's my own." Relieved, the merchant handed over the iron and left town. He had no idea that his friend wasn't as honest as he seemed. Months passed. The merchant traveled far and wide, making small profits, learning new things. But he never forgot about the iron he left behind. Eventually, he returned home and immediately went to visit his friend. They exchanged warm greetings, and then the merchant said, "I've come to collect my iron." The friend looked uncomfortable and scratched his head. About that, I have some bad news. Something unexpected happened while you were away." The merchant raised an eyebrow. "What kind of news?" The friend sighed and replied, "A giant rat lived in the warehouse. One day, it ate all the iron." The merchant stared, stunned. "A rat? Ate 100 bars of iron?" The friend nodded seriously. "Yes, I saw it. It had huge teeth, very strong." Instead of getting angry, the merchant just smiled and said, "Wow, that must have been one powerful rat. I guess it was really hungry too." The friend relaxed, thinking the merchant believed him. He said, "Well, what can we do? Iron's gone, but stay for dinner. Be my guest today." The merchant replied, "Thank you, but I've got something to take care of. I'll come tomorrow." The friend nodded and said goodbye cheerfully. As he left, the merchant saw the friend's young son playing near the street. He smiled kindly and called the boy over. "Hey kid, want to see something fun? Come with me." The boy, curious and cheerful, followed the merchant down the road without hesitation. The merchant took him to a relative's house and asked them to take care of the boy for a day or two. Then he went home quietly. The next morning, the friend was in a panic. He couldn't find his son anywhere. He searched the house, the street, the neighborhood. Nothing. He asked neighbors, shouted the boy's name, checked the market, the school. No one had seen him. He grew more anxious by the minute. Finally, he sent town criers to announce, "A boy is missing. Please help find the son of so-and-so. Report if you've seen anything." Later that day, the merchant returned to his friend's home. The man ran to him and asked, "Have you seen my son? He's missing." The merchant calmly replied, "Oh yes, I think I saw something strange. An eagle swooped down and carried a child into the sky. Maybe it was your son." The friend shouted, "That's impossible. How can an eagle carry a human child? He weighs 20 kilos. That bird would need superpowers." The merchant laughed and said, "Well, if a rat can eat 100 iron bars, why can't an eagle fly off with a little boy?" The friend's face went pale. He realized the merchant was getting back at him in the same way, with a story that sounded ridiculous but matched his own lie. He dropped to his knees and cried, "All right, I confess. There was no rat. I sold your iron. I'm sorry, I was greedy and foolish." The merchant folded his arms and said, "And now you know how it feels when someone lies to you and takes something valuable." The man said, "Please forgive me. Give me back my son, and I'll return your iron. I'll make it right, I swear." The merchant nodded. "Good. Keep your promise. and I'll return your son unharmed." He went and brought the boy back safely. The child ran to his father, who hugged him tightly, tears in his eyes. "Thank you," the friend said, full of shame and gratitude. The merchant looked him in the eye. "Friendship is built on trust. You broke it, but I hope this lesson will stay with you for life." The friend paid back the full value of the iron. He even gave a little extra to show his sincerity. His pride was wounded, but his heart had changed. From that day on, the man tried to live honestly. He told his story to others as a warning about how lies always come back to haunt you. People in town talked about what happened. Some laughed, some felt inspired, and many said, "That merchant sure was clever." They admired how the merchant stayed calm, never yelled, never fought, but still taught a powerful lesson through his cleverness. The merchant continued his life with honor. He did business fairly, helped the poor, and was respected by all for his wisdom and honesty. Years later, children in the town still heard the tale of the iron, and the rat, and the eagle that took a child. The story became a legend, shared by elders to teach the value of honesty, trust, and a smart way to deal with wrongdoing. People would say, if you ever feel wronged, don't rush to anger. Use your mind. Justice doesn't always need shouting. It needs patience and wit. The dishonest friend never forgot that day. Every time he saw iron or heard a bird cry, he remembered the lesson the merchant taught him. He often told others, never lie to a wise man. You might think you're fooling him, but you're only fooling yourself. One day, the merchant was asked, "Why didn't you just report him or fight him?" He smiled and replied, "Because then I'd be just like him." He continued, "I wanted him to see his own lie through my actions. That's how true change happens, from within, not through fear." People listened and nodded. Many were inspired to live better, to keep promises, and to think twice before trying to cheat others. Even young traders admire the story. "We want to be like the merchant," they'd say, "wise, kind, and always one step ahead." And so, the tale of the iron bars and the flying eagle lived on, not just as a story, but as a symbol of justice and cleverness. The merchant lived a peaceful life, surrounded by respect and love. He had little wealth, but a rich heart full of good deeds and strong values. He never lost his belief in fairness and kindness. And whenever someone needed advice, he listened first, then spoke with calm wisdom. He taught, it's easy to hurt someone back, but teaching them a lesson they'll never forget, that takes real strength. And every time someone lied or tried to deceive, others would say, "Be careful, or you'll meet a merchant like him." Because in the end, truth has its way of shining through, even if it takes a clever story, a missing child, and a flying eagle to do it.